Let's go over the trades on the day for Wednesday, January the 19th, 2022. Here we are, 200K portfolio plus 3,500. No trades in the 50K portfolio. Let's look at the market internals and the trades. So the last 2 days have been very choppy, and we see here that until the last 30 minutes of today, it just looks like a chop fest. The ranges are wider than the closes. So if the market closes by, say, on the Nasdaq by 162 points, but the ranges are 300 or 400 points, then it's difficult. It can be difficult to trade if there's lots of reversals during the day. For example, right here, this looks like the market's about to rally, pull back, and then the ticks go higher. It looks like it's about to rally right there, but it rolled over instead. And it didn't really roll over until the last 30 minutes or so. It came down here, and if you're used to the market bouncing every time it hits the lows, you saw this right there, thought, well, it's going to bounce, or maybe it's going to bounce right here, and then it sold off distributed. And we got some nice shorts on the day. By the way, those Marko Kolanovic lows from last Monday did not hold up, and so I'll show you that on the longer term chart. Let's look at the trades. Not a lot of trades in the commodities, but we did get some trades in the stock indexes. So let's look at the trades on the day. We had 60-minute breakout right here. Look at this trade right here. Overnight, the market rallied, as it can often do. Last Monday, right here, the Marko Kolanovic, JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon put Marko Kolanovic, a respected quant, out there to say time to buy the dip, and that dip, we're lower than that now, so it's possible that longer term that might be okay if the market bounces from here, but I think that just created a short term. I think that was a catalyst for the short term bounce we had that was pretty unnatural in my opinion, and so I wouldn't put it past them to look for liquidity to sell into when they do that. So we're not in the same type of market environment with a Fed tightening policy, and we had some nice shorts on the day. 8 out of the last 10 trades on this strategy were profitable. 60-minute breakout short. You see 2 winners and 1 loser today. This one was really struggling, but since last Thursday, it's gone 8 out of 10 and been one of the biggest winners, and that's the cycle that we deal with in trading. And so we got the 60-minute breakout short was profitable today. We also had the 60-minute breakout long that was profitable today. So it's nice when you have trades that are profitable on the long side and the short time. After hours was down on the day, minus about 750 on the trade. And then SR counter trend 2. Tried to short this market. We had the same strategy in the Nasdaq, and it did well. These stops look really tight based on the range. So some of you have asked me about the stop losses and adjusting those. I'll have to take a closer look at that. But this is not, the idea is not to trade make it look like a scalp trade. So these are, $800 stop losses and $800 profit targets, and they look like scalps on these charts because the ranges have gotten so big in the stock indexes. So down on the day on that setup, minus $700 on that trade. And so Nasdaq was one of the highlights of the day. EVP1 caught that trend into the close. Sometimes we get chopped up on EVP at the end of the day like yesterday, but today we caught that trend into the close for about $1,600 per trade. So that was nice. Stock index swing captured a little trade at the open, plus about 475. And then here's the SR counter trend 2. This one lost in the ES, was profitable in the Nasdaq. You see, it just looks like a scalp, but it's it's a $575 profit target, and so it'd be nice to short it in here and cover here, or short it in here and cover down here. And so we've got that. Sometimes in TradeStation 10 still has this thing where if you expand the window, this minimizes all of TradeStation. This minimizes the window, and that disappears. So you have to close the workspace, pause the video. I'm going to close the workspace and reopen it now. So one other trade today in the Nasdaq, SR counter trend 2, Nasdaq hitting its $800 profit target. Once again, this looks like a scalp as well. Not the intent of the strategy to try to scalp the market, and that's the kind of market we're in. That 40 points can be a scalp, which is a nice dollar amount, but we're trying to catch the ranges on the day. So That's one thing to look at, is these stop losses and profit targets. That's something I'm working on. These things take time. Gold, we had one trade here and it was stopped out. A long trade stopped out about minus 900 on the day. Silver rallied yesterday and gold did not, and then silver caught up to, or gold caught up with silver today. Silver rallied 2 days in a row, and then gold just rallied one day. But no trades in silver. Most of our gold and silver strategies buy pullbacks or sell rallies, and so we don't take breakouts. Typically, that market, there's not a lot of breakout strategies that work in gold and silver, or crude oil. But lately, breakout type price action would probably work, but longer term, these markets don't typically work trading breakouts from my perspective, based on the way I've tested it. Not saying it can't work, but copper, no trades. Crude oil, here's an example. We buy these pullbacks, and so we're used to markets that they start to trend and then they can trend into the close, but crude oil's been stubborn about that. Crude oil has been trending early and then pulling back into the close. And then we've got this crude swing, which buys pullbacks as well to capture those pullbacks on a larger scale and a longer time frame. And it got long today, but down today on crude oil, minus 700 here, minus about $400 on this open position on crude oil. Natural gas, no trades. Soybeans, no trades. So overall, kind of a slow day in the commodities, with only a couple of trades in crude oil, one trade in gold, and then the rest of the trades in the NASDAQ and ES. And so good shorts today. So always happy to capture a trend in either direction. That is the advantage of short-term trading, is we don't have to depend on the market going up. We don't have to depend on the Federal Reserve to make the market go up. We can take trades in both directions, and so that's what we do with these strategies. Trades on the day for January the 19th, 2022. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.